Hey, what's up? We are Demonik, and this is Dave Softee's Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. Stay tuned.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Madrid, Spain, from Thrash metalers Demonik. Joining us, we have vocalist David Mad Tyrant Alarcia.
Hey. So, hello. How's everything going?
Hey, welcome to the Metal Meltdown. Thank you for this opportunity. Great to talk to you about your music. I've checked it out, and it's really a killer offering you have there. And let's mention the rest of the band. You have. I'll let you do it. Tell us who makes up the rest of Demonik.
Of course, here we go. Hugo González is the rhythm guitarist, and he also performs backing vocals in some of the songs. We also have Víctor Salinero as the lead guitarist, and our last incorporation is Gonzalo Icarus, which plays the bass.
Thank you very much for letting the listeners know who is the rest of Demonik. And I checked out.
Maybe if you have noticed it, we don't have a drummer yet. We're in search for a drummer.
You don't have a drummer yet.
We are actually touring with a second drummer, but Demonik doesn't have a established drummer in the formation. So.
Wow, that's interesting. And being from Spain, I had an interview with Crimson Slaughter, 2 different interviews, and both interviews for the albums, the last 2 albums, they also have a problem with drummers. So what's going on with the drummer situation in Spain? I'd like to know.
Well, I'll try to explain it. As far as I know, there are not a lot of people interested in practicing the drums, and here in Spain we have a special tax for musical instruments. I don't know if I don't know if you knew that or you were aware of that.
I think I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I believe I heard that with my interviews with Crimson Slaughter. It's crazy. A special tax.
It's very, very expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive for a kid to manage to get a basic drum kit. So I don't even want to think about getting a full drum kit, a professional drum kit. It must be really, really expensive. So if you don't have a lot of people interested in playing drums, and it also adds up to the question that it's very expensive to get a decent drum kit, it makes a real problem for the scene to get drummers to get into playing, to perform with groups, all that stuff.
Yeah, like they say, money is the root of all evil, and you need money to have this.
Of course.
Yeah, and I noticed by looking into the band on Metal Archives that the band formed in 2012 and was known prior to that. I think from 2007 it was. The band was known as Demons. So I need to know what led to the band's name changing to Demonik, and who selected the band's name as Demonik.
Well, as you have said pretty well, the band was formed with the name Demon in 2007. Yeah, you were right. But a copyright claim, name claim from I think an Irish band. No, they threatened us with legal procedures if we didn't change our name. So we had to change the name. I wasn't in the band yet, but as I was told, they voted for a new name, and Demonik was the name that
and it works.
Was selected.
It works well. And here we are with your latest release, Rise from Chaos.
Yeah.
Which I gotta tell you, it's a really kick-ass thrash offering. Now, I love the vocals.
It's a compliment. It really means a lot to us.
The vocals, though, are you doing all the vocals, or do you have another vocalist backing you up on that? Because I hear a clean and a little bit harsher, screams. It's fucking.
I do all
killer.
the vocals.
It's killer. You got a great voice. I love the diversity in your voice. I gotta tell you.
I really appreciate the compliment. I do all the voices. In fact, it's very, very interesting that you brought this up on the table, because since the release of the album, some people from the press have committed the mistake of thinking and even stating, without contrasting information with us, that there are 2 vocalists in the band. That's false. I'm the only vocalist in the band, but Hugo helps with some backing vocals.
Well, I'm glad that I asked that question, because I had a feeling it was all you, but unless you ask the question, you can't assume one way or the other. So, yeah, that's great. You're doing a fabulous job there with the vocals. And the music, though, and the lyrics and everything goes along with it. I'd like to know how this all came together. Who is responsible for writing the music, and who's responsible for writing the lyrics? Is it a team effort from the entire band, or do you have a certain process that you use?
That's a very good question. Everybody's welcome in the band to create, even if it's music, if it's a full composition, or if it's lyrics. But mostly all the tunes come out from Hugo's head. No, he's the main writer of the band.
Very interesting. He's also doing a fabulous job with this. And I'd like to know more about this particular offering, Rise from Chaos. Who produced this, and where was this mixed, mastered, and recorded?
That's a wonderful question because the band, the album is self-produced. We recorded the album in Sadman Studios in Spain during 2016 and 2017 because I don't know if you knew that, but the band, some members of the band left during the recording of the album.
Oh, I did not know that. No.
So the previous lineup of the band was members of the previous lineup were Jose, which was the previous drummer, Rochi, which was the previous bassist, and Jesus, who was the previous singer. Before the recording of the album, rightly before the recording of the album, Rochi and Jose left when it was all composed. So the band had to, we needed a drummer to record all the drums and all the drum tracks. So we reached out to Danny Perez, which is one of the best Spanish drummers of all time, and against all odds, he agreed. He agreed to record the drums with us. Hugo and Víctor recorded the bass tracks, and Jesus left the band when half of the album was recorded. Some of the vocals were already recorded when he left, and then they found me, and I joined them right after I joined. I had to track on the vocals for the album.
I see. And one of the things I love about the underground and bands like yours is that you are what they call a DIY type of band, a do-it-yourself band, and it sounds to me like you're that kind of a band. You work very hard for what you're wanting to get across there. So that being said, this was a self-released offering. And
it was self-released, but we counted with, we work with professionals in order to deliver it. As I have already said, we recorded and mixed it in Sadman Studios.
Right.
Carlos Santos was the mixing engineer, and the album was mastered. The mastering came with James Baldwin in Fascination Street Studios in Oregon.
Yeah, I hear you there. And I'd like to talk about the actual look of the album, the cover art, if you could tell us more about this, and the band logo, if you could tell us who designed the cover art for the album,
the cover art
and the band logo.
The band logo, I think it was designed by the previous members of Demonik, the first lineup. They came together with the idea of mixing some parts or aspects of famous thrash metal logos of all time, and the result was the logo that you can see right now. And the graphic art was created by a graphic designer that works usually with us, with Demonik, by the name, and he goes by the name Chandy.
Tandy?
Chandy. It's quite difficult to pronounce. I'll write it for you down later.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do thank you.
We came with the idea of making the cover red. We wanted it red because it expressed all the difficult times that we had throughout the band, across the recording, everything. It was pretty chaotic. That's also one of the motives to name the album Rise from Chaos. The band was in a chaotic state. Everything was set for the band to disappear, and then we were reborn from the ashes, and and we managed to get out this awesome record that is Rise from Chaos.
Yeah, and red always is a great thrash color anyway. Works very well.
Yeah.
Also, it's great to know from what I've seen that the Demonik is a live performing band. I like to know, have you been performing in support of Rise from Chaos? But you have a drumming problem, so maybe you haven't. But if you have, can you share with us some of your favorite performances of the recent past? And if you have anything that you have coming up that we could spread the word on, we'd love to talk about that.
Of course, we're currently touring across Spain because even we don't have a drummer as it is. We are working with a session drummer that in fact is the previous member of the band, Jose Arbiz, who worked with us as a session drummer for the tour that we're currently having in Spain. We have visited a lot of cities, and the tour still goes on. But answering your question, I think that the best recent show was probably in San Sebastián, in a city in the north of Spain, in which we were very lucky to share the stage with one of the most iconic Spanish bands, thrash hardcore Spanish bands of all time, that is Sociedad Alcohólica.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a huge success for us, and it really means that we're working. It really means that we're on the right path.
Oh yeah, I think you definitely are. I'm going to be keeping my eye on you, and we'll definitely love to have you come back in all your future releases here on the Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. That is a guarantee.
Oh, we really appreciate that.
Oh yeah. I never got with Angelus Apatrida, but I've been following them for years. One of my favorite thrash metal bands from Spain. Yeah, really good.
That's exactly the band that we hope to be in a distant future.
Yeah, you're definitely sounding like you're right there. You're getting there very quick. And I'd like to talk about your videos. So let's give your YouTube channel. It's simply Demonik with a K, Demonik Official. And
yeah.
I noticed on there that you have a couple of official videos I'd like to talk about, Insomnia and Legion. And can you give us some detail behind the mastermind behind the videos? Who is the director, the editor, the producer of these videos?
Of course, it's a pleasure. Well, the director was X Valieri, a famous musician here in Spain that had to, hang his arms on the wall, left those days, and now does a lot of things. He's a tattooer. He's also a music video director, and he directed it with the help of V Studios. We met with them. We gave them we presented them a script for the videos, and even Legion, it's like Insomnia has a script and talks about mental illness, the problem of insomnia, but portrayed it as a painter. It's a painter that has insomnia. It's affecting its mind and starts to see living paintings. Legion is more like a playthrough. We were finishing recording the album and we said, hey, how about we record a video here in the studio?
There you go. Nice.
Exactly.
I thank you for explaining those videos. And one of the most important things about doing these interviews is to inform the listeners, the fans of the bands, being Demonik, on how they could do the best they can in supporting the band. So I need to ask you, where would you say is the best place for a fan of Demonik that's been a fan for a while, or even the new up-and-coming fans of Demonik? Where is the best place for them to get the CD or any other merch that you may have to support the band?
It's pretty easy. We move all the orders, all the merchandising orders through our Facebook page. So if you want to buy a CD, if you want to buy a T-shirt, if you want to inquire the band on which articles may be available in a near future, you just have to write us from our Facebook page.
That's very easy, and that's the best.
We'll try to do our best to send you all the articles that you want to buy.
I appreciate that info. So everybody out there, if you want to get the CD or get some other merch from Demonik, go to Demonik Official on Facebook.
Yep.
And David, what sort of merch do you currently have available for your fans besides the CD? Do you have shirts, patches, or stuff like that, or what do you actually have that we can tell them?
Well, we do sell all our CDs because Demonik has 3 studio albums and 1 live album, 1 double live album for the record, and it's called Directo al Infierno, straight to hell, translated to English. So we do sell all those 4 CDs, and we also have a pretty brand new model of T-shirt that comes with that came with the album Rise from Chaos. We're currently working in order to develop new T-shirt models, and also, as you have already said, badges, stickers, all that kind of stuff. We also have pics. We do have official pics from Demonik, official plectrums. So, I think that they're available too. Well, I'll have to ask my colleagues from the band, but currently we do have all the CDs, the T-shirts, and maybe plectrums.
All right, thank you for that info, and I hope that we can spread the word to the listeners out there to support Demonik and get some merch. That's very important. And,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to know what each of you in Demonik do when you're not doing the band. I would assume that you all have regular jobs in order to make a living and get some money, because you know the nature of underground metal, especially, it's not so easy to make good money with this, from what I've been told, of course. So what do you do? And if you want to talk about what the rest of the band does for their livelihood, we'd love to hear it.
Of course, as you have already said, it's pretty difficult to get benefits if you play in an underground band. So we do all have regular jobs, except for me. I'm a student. I'm still a student. I'm a student at Madrid University. But the other members of the band work as, they have regular jobs. But Hugo especially loves to listen to all kinds of music that he can get, especially metal. Gonzalo likes to drive, and personally, I like video games. I'm a very big fan of video games.
I see. So, what are you actually studying? What are you majoring in the university? What are your plans as far as that goes? What are you seeking to do with your education?
Well, I study telecommunications and engineering. I'm in my last year of university, so I expect to start working in a few months, and I'd like to work in in a company that performs acoustic studies, or build or takes buildings into a more acoustic accommodation, all that stuff.
That's very interesting. I wish you the best of success with that.
Yep.
And David, what would you say would be next for Demonik, with everything you have going on with you, with the band, and your careers? What is next for Demonik? Are you planning on making more music, or are you doing that in a slow process? What can you tell the fans out there?
Right now, we are focused on finishing the tour. We're focused on finishing the tour across Spain, and our main goal right now is to get a slot in some of the best festivals in our country. Leyendas, Resurrection Fest.
Very nice.
We'd really love to have the opportunity to play in one of those festivals. That's what we really like to aim right now.
I see. So that's what you're seeking. That's what your goals are. And I wish that comes into fruition for you. I wish you the best of luck with that.
It would mean a world to us. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I would imagine that this would be an outstanding situation for you to get on a big festival there in Spain. And even beyond that, would you love to play like a walk-in open air festival? That would be something.
That would be really awesome. I think that's the dream for every band out there.
I definitely could see your band playing there. You got what it takes. You got the sound perfect for that. So let's make that happen.
Well, it would really mean the world to us, as I have already said. Thank you very much, Dave. But it would take a lot to convince the people that we have the right to be there.
Yeah, this is true. But you can't leave any stone unturned. Without hard work, you're not going to get anywhere. So let's hope that your hard work pays off and you can get to all the big festivals all around the world. That would be a great goal.
That would be a dream come true.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, David, I want to thank you for spending time with us on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio tonight. I do believe we learned much about Demonik and yourself and your passion for what you do. And I really appreciate the interview. And as I said before, you have an open invitation to come back with every new release you have. You'll have a home here to talk about your music. You never have to worry about that. I just want to make sure that we got to talk about everything that you wanted to talk about. So that being said, is there anything out there that we have yet to discuss that you actually want to mention?
No, I would only like to, first of all, I really appreciate the opportunity to be here because it means a world to us, for non-English speaking countries or even small countries or not well-known countries with a very with an extremely wonderful underground scene to have the opportunity, to have interviews or to get heard in shows like this because you really give us, like an impulse to get to a lot of people out there, and we must really appreciate that because you give us voice to a lot of people that wouldn't listen to us even if we did our best sometimes. So first of all, thank you, Dave, for having us on Metal Meltdown. And second thing is, yes, for the people, if they're interested to buy some merch, and of course listen to the band and always giving feedback. I think it's really important for for the fans or for the listeners, to give feedback. If you like what you hear, if you would make some change, if you want us to perform there, because I don't know, but if we had a lot of requests for Demonik to perform in the United States, why not?
Yeah, exactly. You come over here to New York. Go to New York City, play with Destruction. That would be awesome.
It would be a hell of a show, I think.
I think so. And, Metal Messiah Radio, we're all about the underground. And we try to bring out the underground, expose the underground for the great bands like Demonik that are out there because the people are loving your music. I mean, maybe some people aren't all into thrash. They're into, let's say, death or black metal or power or prog metal. It doesn't matter. The underground needs to be supported, and that's our goal here at Metal Messiah Radio and the Metal Meltdown. And I have a lot of fellow DJs that feel the same way. Of course, there are some that do like the mainstream stuff, but that's not really. We mentioned, Destruction. They're a very well-known name, Slayer, Metallica, and all that. But they don't need our help. They have what they have and they've earned it, and now it's time to spread the word of bands such as Demonik and support the underground, and with the hope, of course, that the bands could get out of the underground and not to maybe become mainstream, but in order to make a living surviving in this industry of metal that we know it's very tough to do. So that being said, you will always have our support. Now, you just mentioned about the fans and getting merch. But beyond that, is there anything else that you would like to say to your fans out there that are tuned in, as far as your longtime fans and what I expect you to have a new fan base, the metal maniacs out there that are hearing you maybe for the first time? I think they're going to hit you up on Facebook. They're going to tell you how much they love your music. You have anything to say to them out there?
To take care of themselves and to have a really, really happy time with us. Whenever if we play a show in the United States or whenever if they are here, we're music.
Well, there you go. And David, I wish you and all of Demonic a great what's left of 2019, and for all the years to come. And I wish you the best of success, and I'm looking forward to the future of Demonic. I personally will be following your band as far as what you're doing, so keep up to speed with me, keep up to date with me, keep in contact with me. Let me know any updates you may have as far as if you get a new drummer, or if I could help spread the word that you're looking for a drummer. I could do that. But as far as your music and any videos, anything you got going on in your band that you want to spread the word on, please inform me so I can inform all of our fans out there that we could do what we can. This is what it's all about for us.
Thank you very much, Dave. We really appreciate it. For sure.
Thank you so much for this great interview. And I know that English is not your primary language, but I have to tell you, you did a great job on this interview. I understood every word. Your English is perfect. So you made this interview very easy for me because you have great music here. And Demonic's a great band, and I really enjoyed talking with you, David. And I look forward to future possibilities of talking about all your new releases when they do come out. So definitely keep in touch and let me know when you have more music to talk about or anything else, and we'll do it again.
Will do. And just for the end, maybe I hit you up earlier than you think, because Demonik has a lot of surprises prepared for 2020.
I'm looking forward to that. We'll be back here on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio to talk about that. But for now, how about we go crank up some more Demonik?
Yeah.
Let's crank it up loud.
Yo, boys.